Yes, it is possible to relocate to the UK as a student with just £10,000. That's about 6 million naira if for my Nigerian viewers. And you might be wondering, how can I do that? Is that possible? Which kind of school offers a master's program for less than £10,000? Is that school even any good? Well, in this video, I'm going to share about that school that you can apply to and relocate to the UK as a student by just paying tuition fee of less than £10,000. By the time you watch this video to the end, you would know the tips and tricks to get an admission in this sought after school, and you also know the advantage and disadvantage of the whole program and the school. So if you want to know more about this school that allows you to relocate to the UK as a student for just less than £10,000 or 6 million naira, please keep on watching.
Everybody know I'm a visual. Yeah, I kill it cold like a criminal. I'm everybody's type, but nobody can deny. Cause you know I get it, I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, get that freaky, I'm getting freaky, get it right.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi aka Petite Diva, and I am a University of Nottingham alumni and also Developing Solutions Scholarship Award winner. In this educational series, I talk about the UK admission process, I talk about the UK visa application process, I talk about tips and tricks on how to enjoy your stay as an international student in the UK, and I also talk about tips and tricks on how to earn more money as an international student. So if you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon right beside so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to remind you that I offer some UK educational services, and those services include SOP writing, academic CV writing, and the UK admission package. And the UK admission package comprises of me curating schools and courses that best fit you, helping to write your SOP, and also helping to write your academic CV. And then I will help you with the application process. The UK admission package comprises of 3 options, and the prices have been reviewed too. Type of services has also been reviewed. Now, the price range for the UK package is between 55,000 to 120,000. If you want to use any of my services, please check the description box for my email address and then send me a mail. When you're sending email, please be specific, and also you can send your documents so that I can review your documents to know if you fit into my clientele profile. You can also join the Telegram group. The link to the Telegram group is in the description box. There we share a lot of real-time information on how to get admission and things that you should do, the schools that give admission easily, the pros and cons of some certain schools to avoid, schools to apply to. So if you're looking for an admission in May, June or September 2023, then you should join the Telegram group. The link is in the description box. Now, previously I used to say that you can send me a private message if you have any specific questions, but right now I'm stopping that because I found out that a lot of people will come to my personal message, to my DM, and then ask me questions, ask for my opinion when I give them the advice, free advice, which most people that are doing this educational services don't give, except their agents, and they've already helped you to apply and the rest. They would get that information, go to someone else, their free agent or somebody else, listen to a lot of things, do something else, and then come back when the thing they did not work out and be asking me for how to solve it. And I'm like, I gave you an advice, you refused to take it, then you're not coming back to ask me for what? If you didn't trust my first advice, why are you coming back to ask me anything? So henceforth, I am no longer giving free advice to anybody. If you want personalized advice, it's going to cost you. I'm still thinking of the price, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000 for at least a month access to any advice you want, any selection of courses, schools that you need. However, if you use any of my UK admissions package services, this service, that is the advice and free contact to me anytime, any day, is free. But if you are not using any of my services, even if you say, oh please, I want to use your services, and then start asking me questions, I will not answer you like that. That is the thing. A lot of people come, oh, I want to use your services, but can you tell me this and that? Okay, I'll get back to you. 1 month, I'll get back to you. They've gone somewhere. Then when there's a problem, I say, please, can you help me do this? And then when I tell them there's a timeline, I have people already booked, and then they start becoming, I cannot wait. I cannot. It has stopped. It has stopped. So with all that said, let's get into this video. Now, a lot of schools, their school fees are increasing. It's getting more difficult. If you're in Nigeria, the exchange rate is upside down. So people are looking for a school that has low tuition fee and also a school that has multiple installments. Now, this school, which you might have heard of, but might have also heard of the bad side. In this video, I'm going to share the good side, the bad side, the ugly, everything together so that you can make the best choice. Now, this school is one that has been voted the top global university for international student experience. So it's not like it's a bad school. It's a really good school. It's just that they have a lot of people applying and they can get overwhelmed sometimes. By now you should know the school. The school is Teesside University. And then you say, oh, but their school fees is not 10,000 or less than 10,000 pounds. Now, this is where it gets good. Now, for some courses at Teesside, there is the 2 years option, and this 2 years option comes with placement or internship. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm a big fan of you doing courses with placement year or internship option. However, the uniqueness of Teesside for their 2 years course is the fact that they split the school fees into two. This is not obtainable in a lot of schools. Like a lot of schools that have the 2 year option will say that you should pay a bulk of it in the first year. So like some schools who have placement courses, and they will say, okay, the first year is £15,000 and the second year, which is the placement year, is about £3,000. So you're supposed to pay about £3,000. So together it's £18,000, but you're supposed to pay the £15,000 in the first year. Now for Teesside, the tuition fee payment plan is that you split it into two. It is split into two. So for Teesside, the school fees as of now is 17,000 for a 2 year course. And you are supposed to pay 8,500 in the first year and 8,500 in the second year, which is very, very unique. The first year fee is 8,500. So now you have 8,500, and then the IHS fees for a 2 year course is about £1,150. And then the visa fee is about £363 as of now. Now, together without the second year fee, that's about £10,013. See, I told you. Now, previously, it used to be cheaper because they Teesside University used to give £2,000 to international students, £2,000 discount to international students. But right now they've put it on pause because I know that January intake did not get that. But September 2022 students got that offer, that peg, that's a £2,000 discount. So usually that £2,000 discount is divided into two. So instead of paying 8,500, you would have paid 7,500 if it was still implemented. But right now there is no information on if that will be reinstated for September 2023. So we are working with 8,500. Deposit fee for Teesside is £4,000. So when you pay £4,000, you have remaining of 4,500 to pay, or rather to show in your proof of fund. And you're like, why is it 4,500 and not 4,500 plus 8,500? Well, if you're going for a course that is more than 1 year, you're only required to show the tuition fee balance of the first year. See? So instead of showing the 45 plus 85, you're only going to show 45 plus your maintenance fee. Now the maintenance fee for Teesside is £9,207 because it is outside London. So what you're going to show for your proof of fund is 4,500 plus 9,207. So that's about 13,707. So that's approximately like £14,000, which is a whole lot cheaper than £22,000. Okay. Now it gets good. Now Teesside University is one of the schools that has multiple installment payment. So for Teesside, you can pay your remaining fees in 3 to 7 installments. Stick with me, it gets good. Now the £4,500 for the first year can be paid in 3 to 7 installments in the first year. So for £4,500, if you're paying it in 7 installments, it's about £700 per installment. That is good. Now for the second year fees, you can also pay that in 3 to 7 installments. Okay, that is good news for a lot of people. Also, this course option has an internship option, like I said, but as I've said in my previous videos on placement or internship options, paid internship or paid placement is not a guarantee, so you have to hustle for it. If you're in Nigeria and you did IT, you probably did IT, and you know that you have to hustle to get your IT place. Is the same thing. So you cannot relax. Immediately you get to school, begin to look for places that take interns and the rest, and then begin to find out how you can get into those places so that you can take advantage of the 2-year course. Because if you don't get a placement, you might have to do a 1-year course. Now, the uniqueness of Teesside, from the courses that I've applied for people, I noticed that a lot of the time they write that though work placement is not guaranteed, they have the option of a research internship. This research internship is unpaid and you do it in the school. Now, I like the fact that that research internship is guaranteed. So you have something to fall back on. It might not pay you, but you might not get UK work experience as a real world work experience. But if you're someone that wants to do like a PhD or go into academia, it is going to help because you're going to gain more research experience. So that is something to consider. Now, Teesside University is located in Middlesbrough, and Middlesbrough is where is in Northeast England. And it's one of the places that has a low cost of living. So if you have a family, it's one of the places you can use to settle in the UK before you go to the yuppie places. So it is in a great location, and the school, like I said, has won so many awards, and is one that a lot of international students actually like. Another great thing about Teesside University and the 2-year course is that the way it is structured, you might be able to work during summer full time. That's full time. Now, why I'm saying might is because things might change and it might depend on your course outline. But usually, from past experience, you can work during summer full time. And you'll be like, yeah, I thought I should be able to work full time during summer because it's summer holiday. But the thing is that in some schools, you are not allowed to work full-time during summer holidays, especially if you are doing a 1-year course. Because according to the school, during that summer holidays, you're supposed to be working on your thesis, so you are not supposed to work full-time. Now, for some schools, if you go for January intake, you can work full-time during summer. But for some schools, like Sheffield Alam University, you are not supposed to work full-time during the summer holiday. But the way the 2 years course is structured in Teesside University, you are allowed to work full-time during summer holiday, depending on the year. But things might have changed, so just verify when you get to school before you go and do something illegal. Now, another thing with the 2-year course is that you get a 28-month visa. Because you get extra 4 months visa on top of the full duration of your course. So your course is 24 months and you get 4 months extra on your visa, so you get a 28 month visa. So another advantage of the 2 years course is that it is less intensive compared to the 1 year course, because in the 1 year course it's not 1 year, it's 9 months. You do everything bam 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 bam, and then you get thesis at the end. But for the 2 year course, it is less intensive, as the third modules are done in the first year, and then the dissertation, the research is done in the second year. So that is all about the good parts. Now, some of the disadvantage. Now, if you watch some of my previous video, you know that TSAT has a record of giving people breakfast. So that means they can disappoint if you don't do the things that I'm going to talk about. Now, one thing with TSAT is that a lot of people apply to TSAT. Now, if you are someone that is not proactive and leaves everything to the last minute, you might get your heart broken by TSAT, because TSAT will just collect everything, collect the application, collect money, and then when class is filled up, they just be sending you, oh sorry, our classes are filled up, blah 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 blah. So if you're determined to be in the UK by 2023 through Seaside University, you have to apply now. Now, this is November that I'm making this video. You have to apply. I have applied for a lot of clients, and I was watching the portal because I wanted them to get an admission early, so I applied very early. This side doesn't reply to application as quickly as some other schools, so it might take you 4 weeks, it might take you 6 weeks to get a reply, which is why I say apply early. If you apply now in November, December, you should probably get an answer in like February, January, because definitely if you been watching my videos, you will know that most schools go on holiday in December, so you might not receive any reply or communication during that time. So if you apply now, your mind should be like, oh, I will get an offer in January. If your application is successful and you get an offer, if you have any condition, please fulfill it immediately. If you have to pay your tuition fee deposit, please pay it immediately. And why I'm saying pay immediately, pay early, is because when they're issuing cash, it is going to be first pay, first attend to. Even if you pay afterwards, they might not attend to you. That's why for TSAT, you have to be very proactive and be on point. Now, although TSAT accepts WAEC and NECO, there is a clause. Now, for WAEC, they accept C6 and above, but for NECO, they accept C5 and above. So if you have a C6 in NECO, get ready to do IELTS. If as you apply, start doing the IELTS, start preparing for it. Not when you get the offer, you now start doing fire brigade. Let me look for where I will do IELTS and the rest. If you know you have a C6 in NECO, start preparing to write IELTS and even write it. It even helps you a lot for some other schools. So there is no point to just saying no, fingers crossed, they might oversee it, they might not look at it, all the excuses I used to hear. Also, TSAT is one school that you don't have to upload your transcript as you apply, because they understand that some schools prefer to send the transcript to the school directly. So there's a specific email that they say send it to your school so that they can send it to you. They might give you a conditional offer and tell you that you still need to upload your transcript if you fit into their student profile. So that's something that is good about TSAT. Another thing that people will look at as a disadvantage is the fact that for the IHS fees for a 2-year course is about £400 higher than that for a 1-year course. Now, if you're a single Pringle, it is not a problem, but for those that have family, it's going to be a problem, because the IHS fees that you pay as a student is what your dependents will pay. So imagine if you're a family of 4, that's 1,150 times 4. So that's something that people will look at and say, I don't think I want to do a 2-year course. Teacher University is one of those schools that has extra steps before you can get a class. So it's not like some schools that you just pay your tuition fee deposit and then be expecting class. No, TSI is not like that. TSI has steps. Now, one of the first steps is called qualification check. Now, because people have been uploading some fake certificates, and before, when I learned that TSI does qualification check and it's because of fake certificate, I was like, how? I don't think that's possible. But I had somebody come and tell me that she was advised by somebody to get fake certificate, and I'm like, So now TSI does the qualification check or qualification verification. So that is not a free service, it's paid. Usually it's about $30 to about $100 to verify your certificate. So what they usually do is that they probably will send a message to your school administration board or something and ask, did this person go to this school? Do you have records of this person at this school? Or they will contact a lecturer, one of the lecturers in your school, and ask, did you teach this person? Was this person a student in your department, and the rest? And then when it comes back verified, you go to the next step, because people, they do things. Now, another thing that TSI requires is to show proof of fund before class. So you're going to do your proof of fund like as if you are trying to apply for a visa, the whole 28 days. So they require that you show that. And then they also verify it from the bank. So it's not that you gotta upload fake statement of account. They verify it though. Like I said, they are visa officers. They verify it. So don't go and do rubbish, because they will just withdraw your admission and then refund your money back. Another thing they also require, yes, is a mandatory questionnaire. So you have to fill a mandatory questionnaire. It's a questionnaire of about like 10 questions. That thing you have to sit down and write, because I've looked at questions before and it's just similar to what a visa officer will ask. So you cannot just say 1 line, 2 line, I want to go to your school, because you got to give them some real answers, like correct answers that will, yes, they will know that yes, you are a student, not the one that say, I want to go to your school because I want to relocate to UK. But the thing is that I noticed that they give allowance for people to rewrite it if they don't get it the first try. So I think they have like 2 tries. If you don't get it after 2 tries, sorry, they might refund your money back. So it's kind of like a precast interview, but it's written. Some schools have precast interview that you will be looking at the person and the person be looking at you and they'll be answering. And those kind of interviews, they are also looking at your body language, everything. So this, in my own opinion, is better. You can write, especially for those that do well writing and don't do well with face-to-face interview. Now, another thing that people might see as a disadvantage is the fact that TSI University is located in Middlesbrough, and according to people, it's a place where there's no job, this, that, and I'm like, this job issue, are you going there for school or for job? Your primary focus is school. Now, this job issue is always, to me, when they ask me, is there a job prospect or in a place or something, I don't really like to talk about it, because to me, it is relative. I use myself as an example. Now, in Nottingham, that has plenty jobs, I could not get job until like maybe 6 months after, because I did not know what to do or where to go. So I will not say, oh, I heard there's no job, because there are some people that have jobs there. There are tricks to having jobs. It's all about networking, finding things beforehand, and also about having multiple options. I said it in one of my videos. Please check previous videos. I've talked about all these job issues. You cannot stick to one job as a student and say, oh, it's going to do everything. You should be enrolled to or you should join like more than one agency. That's one way to make sure that you always have a job. Another way is to go outside your city. I worked at Derby before I finally got 2 semi-permanent jobs in Nottingham. I was going to Derby. I entered bus. And I came back in the night, in the morning, everything. So when they say, if there are no jobs in the town, there are probably jobs in other towns. Any which way, we've come to the end of this video. So if you like this video and if you want to see more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. It encourages me a lot. If you stay to the end, you're the real G. And if you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with what I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, I'm a freaking crazy. Get that freaky on.